Hello folks, Patrick here. Today we're yet again in the forest in some really deep snow, I must say. I'm gonna try, I should have brought my snowshoes for this one. It's silly not to. I think I'm gonna regret this one. I'm gonna have to blaze a path and unfortunately get my feet a little wet. There's already snow inside my boots, unfortunately, on this one. Today what we're doing is we're testing out that tent setup, that failed attempt at staying warm at night last time I came out. It just happens to be that on my day back, I was blessed with this beautiful weather. 70 to 80 kilometer an hour winds, and the lake looks pretty much the same as it did last time. It's blowing. There's a lot of wind blowing. I drove through a nasty storm. It took way too long to get here. Hopefully it doesn't come before I set up, even though it is getting quite gray back there. But yeah, this is where I'm at. You remember this from last time? Just a cool little spot. I'm gonna end up setting up right here in this location. It seems pretty flat, although no, there's a widowmaker there. Honestly speaking, I think I'm better off here. Very important. Can't camp under a dead tree. I mean, you can, but at your own risk, right? I ain't doing it. I'll set up right here. This looks fairly good. Alright, let's get started. The sun is going down really quickly. I got here really late. I was hoping to be here a couple hours earlier than this, but this is what I got. start using the other door as the snow is starting to come in. I don't want this to end up all over my blanket now. On top of the blanket I'll be putting a sleeping mattress, and then the sleeping bag will go on top of that. And all the insulation I can get today. I need it all. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The gloves are drying. The wood is all here, but it's wet, and I'm having a hard time getting this thing going full speed. What do we have? Today we have a little bit of sausage. Got a cooler with me. Alright, that's what I'm talking about. Some bread, sausage. Ooh, maple syrup. I guess that's for the oatmeal for the morning. And I'm really gonna have to keep this fire going here. It is absolutely freezing outside. We're talking about minus 15, so that is something. Where do I put it? Oh, could it be? No, it couldn't. A rope, I'll tie it up somewhere. I also got this. Just something I use on my tripod. I'm going to use it here. I use this when I'm raining. Oh, I use this thing when it's raining. I use it when I'm raining. Yeah, that makes sense. That's right, I remember breaking this last time. Winter does weird stuff to my equipment, you know. Things that I swore would never break end up breaking on you the moment you take them out. It's sad, but true. Sad but true. Look at that! That's amazing! And I can make it go up and down. It will eventually probably hit me in the head at one point in time, but I don't really care much for that. Let's just lift it up higher. I can even point this thing where I need it to go. It's just amazing. Look at all that light now. Wow, and it's even picking up my face. Very cool. Getting much warmer now. And just to think of it, I've got sausage to cook up, and I'm going to be so happy with it right now. Starving. Absolutely starving. Yeah. Oh, this sausage is going to be so good. You know, I'm Polish, we gotta love sausage. It's a thing. The Germans love sausage too. Knife's so sharp, so nice. You can't get it sharp enough in winter time, you know. Just can't get it done. Pan Cold Steel SRK. I've had this thing for a very long time now. Very impressed. The only thing that caused it any harm ever was an oyster. I decided to shuck some oysters with it, and much to my surprise, I took that bloody tip right off the top. Took it right off. An oyster. So there's that. Other than that, it's a great knife. Okay. Oh yeah, that's hot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, oh man. And everything just tastes twice as good out here. Let me tell you, the wife's really taking care of me today. She even provided the mustard. Yeah. Some bread. It is nice in here. It's not bad. I mean, it's not freaking Jamaica by any means. It's not warm like that. But I'd say it's about, ow, that's hot. There goes a fingerprint. Oh yeah. It was +7 or 8 last week, and then it rained this week, and it went into a flash storm. It went into a storm and into a flash freeze. So everything on top froze up, and the ground below, it's relatively moist. My pegs were going in no problem, so no issues there. And I'm pegged right into the ground with it. I had to dig down maybe 8 inches. Very cool. Not too bad. Sometimes you dig down a foot or two and you realize that the ground is completely solid ice. The frost just gets it, and good luck. You're better off with snow anchors at that time, but today I got away with it. So yeah, good review today. The damper's working, even the circumference of it. No matter if it's not perfect, you know, the pipe has like a 1/4 of an inch hole on the other side of it. Pushing 3/8. And I'm not getting any smoke inside, so I'm not even worried anymore. As you can tell, I took a bigger tent today. It'd be a lot warmer if I took the Pałatka. But that didn't happen today. I wanted something bigger, something with a little bit more room. Oh, heavenly. Absolutely heavenly. Nice and hot. It really warmed up in here. I'm toasty. The only problem, I got this fireplace going full speed, and the only issue is that I need to keep on adding wood constantly every half an hour or so. Wow, I'm gonna end up cooking the other one too. No way I'm leaving it for tomorrow. No way. I'm a little worried about going to sleep tonight. The reason behind that is that I got the stove on full speed here, and as much heat as it's producing and keeping up with this tent, I know that in order to stay warm at night and be able to sleep at the same time, I gotta lower I gotta dampen this thing to a point where it slows down the fire, and my wood lasts more than 2 hours. And you gotta keep it fed in those intervals. If I don't keep the schedule going, the thing just goes out on you, and you wake up with a shock. All of a sudden you're freezing. Now with this method, so good. Sorry, I just can't stop myself. With this method, since I have to keep the fire at 100% to keep it warm in here, because the space is so much bigger. With this method, I have to feed this thing every half an hour. That's a potential issue. Here we are. There's the damper. Really open. When I close it completely, no smoke comes out. Near the base of the pipe. And all is well. Yeah. Nice problem. There we go. Up. The pieces of wood that I put in 15 minutes ago are all gone. There's currently just coals and a little bit of fire going on. As soon as this is, I don't want to get the fire started too much, but I'll have to figure out how to keep this fire going for a longer time. 15 to 20 minutes, that's not cool. And you can actually feel the coldness of this place. It's dropping as I speak. Can you see that? Now, that stops when the fire is roaring, but only then. I'm sitting right over the stove right now, and I already have steam on my breath. So I gotta keep this thing fed non-stop. One little issue, but that's okay. Got lots of wood. Just need to keep this thing fed constantly, that's all. Alright? Pain in the butt. But am I sleeping tonight? So as my sleeping system, I have a tarp, a wool blanket, and then I have an R something rated sleeping mat. It's not a winter sleeping mat, it's more like a fall, springtime type of deal. But then I have a winter sleeping bag which is a two-piece system. One fits in the other. It lofts up just a little. It's not down, it's synthetic, so if it does get wet, it dries up really quickly. Now there are some really cool gadgets on this sleeping bag, I must say. Like, for one, you'll never lose it. There's this bulge right on my feet. I don't know if you see that. You see this bulge right here? That's where the sleeping bag's bag is. That's where it packs into. You open that up, your bag is there, and your sleeping bag just goes into it. I really don't like losing sleeping bag covers, but it happens. This one, you won't do it. It's attached, and it actually becomes the sleeping system has its own carrying system for that, which is really, really cool. Oh, hot. Oh. It would be absolutely freezing in here without this stove. But it's not warm either.